player UK-based Lloyd's is set to step foot in India. In an interview to Ronojoy, in fact, the global chairman of Lloyd's, John Nelson, says he is hopeful that the Indian insurance regulator is likely to clear their pending application by the end of this year and pave the way for their formal India foray in early 2017.
There's been a renewed impetus in terms of liberalising the Indian insurance market, which is very much supported by the Indian government since the new government came into power. The Insurance Act was passed in March 2015. The regulations have now been published. We anticipate getting our authorizations before the end of this year. So we should be ready to operate in the early part of 2017. We've already opened our office in Mumbai, so we're getting ready.
2017.
Early part of 2017.
With this over 300-year experience, you're now looking to enter the India market.
Yes.
So how different will the India business model that you will follow be from what you've done in the rest of the world?
Well, there will be many kinds of risks that which we write now, which are becoming very applicable to India. If I look at the Indian market at the moment, India has, as we know, over the last 20, 30 years, has rapidly commercialized and industrialized. It's also urbanized, so the top 10 cities are accounting for a greater and greater proportion of GDP, and therefore you get concentration of risk. If I then look at the insurance penetration in India, of all the major economies in the world, it's at the lowest. If I gave you a number, it's 0.7% in terms of premium to GDP. In developed countries, most developed countries, you would expect that number to be around 6%.
Since you talked about the headwinds for the specialist insurance industry globally owing to the low interest rate regime, does that automatically make markets like India more attractive?
Well, our strategy basically is that as we are the global hub for specialist insurance and reinsurance, the demography of our business should roughly reflect the demography of the world. So India would be one of the great economies of the world. Our penetration, our business in India, we do some offshore reinsurance, is very low. So we see a huge opportunity for the Lloyd's market and indeed for the international insurance market to support India.